Courtney Hadwin first stepped into the global spotlight when she appeared on America's Got Talent, AGT, in 2018. At just 13 years old, she arrived as a quiet, almost shy teenager from England, but what unfolded on stage quickly transformed the atmosphere of the entire audition room. When the music began, she launched into a powerful, gritty performance of Hard to Handle, and the contrast between her reserved entrance and explosive vocal delivery stunned both the audience and the judges. What made her stand out was not only her raw vocal tone but also her ability to channel an old-school rock and soul energy that felt far beyond her age. Many viewers immediately drew comparisons to legendary performers from past eras because of her raspy voice and unrestrained stage presence. The audition clip spread rapidly online, gathering millions of views in a short time and turning her into one of the most talked-about contestants of that season. For AGT audiences, she represented something rare, a performer who felt unpredictable, authentic, and emotionally charged in every movement. That moment marked the beginning of intense public attention, shaping her journey from a relatively unknown schoolgirl into an international talking point almost overnight. Simon Cowell's reaction and the industry's early fascination. One of the most discussed aspects of Courtney Hadwin's AGT rise was the reaction from the judging panel, particularly Simon Cowell, known for his blunt critiques and high standards. Cowell, who has worked with and discovered numerous global stars, immediately recognized something distinctive in her performance. While he is not typically emotional during auditions, he openly acknowledged her uniqueness and encouraged her progression in the competition. Her energy, which combined nervousness with explosive confidence once the music started, created a performance style that felt unpolished yet captivating. Alongside Cowell, other judges also responded strongly, with Howie Mandel famously awarding her the Golden Buzzer, sending her directly to the live shows. That moment became a defining highlight of the season and solidified her as a frontrunner in the public eye. Industry commentators began debating whether she represented a once-in-a-generation talent or simply a viral phenomenon driven by novelty. Cowell's interest in her journey reflected his belief that she had the potential to develop into a major recording artist if properly guided. However, even at this early stage, there was awareness that such rapid exposure could be overwhelming for someone so young, especially under global scrutiny. The rapid rise of viral fame and global attention. Following her audition, Courtney Hadwin's performance quickly went viral across social media platforms, accumulating tens of millions of views and spreading far beyond the traditional AGT audience. International media outlets covered her story, often focusing on her contrast between shyness offstage and explosive transformation during performances. This sudden exposure created a level of fame that most teenage performers never experience, and it placed her under constant public observation. Fans admired her originality, while others debated whether her performance style was intentional artistry or spontaneous expression. The speed of her rise meant that she had little time to gradually adapt to public attention, which intensified the pressures surrounding her. Interviews, reaction videos, and commentary channels dissected every aspect of her personality and stage presence. In many ways, she became a symbol of viral talent discovery in the digital age, where a single performance can change a life overnight. At the same time, this level of visibility meant that scrutiny increased just as quickly as admiration. Every follow-up appearance was heavily analyzed, and expectations for her next performance grew significantly higher. This rapid escalation of fame became both an opportunity and a challenge for her developing career. Online criticism, misunderstanding, and the darker side of attention. As Courtney Hadwin's popularity grew, so did the volume of online criticism. While many viewers praised her originality, others questioned her vocal style, describing it as overly intense or unconventional. Some critics misunderstood her performance approach, interpreting her expressive stage energy as forced rather than artistic. This division in public opinion is not uncommon for young viral performers, but in her case it was amplified by the scale of her exposure. Online discussions often turned harsh, with social media platforms becoming spaces where both admiration and negativity coexisted. In addition to commentary about her singing, there were also debates about her personality and authenticity, fueled by edited clips and fragmented interpretations of her appearances. For a teenager navigating sudden global attention, this type of scrutiny can be difficult to process. It also contributed to a broader conversation about how young performers are treated in digital environments where anonymity can encourage extreme opinions. While some narratives exaggerated claims of severe incidents, the real issue centered on the emotional impact of constant public evaluation and the pressure to meet expectations created by viral fame, school life, family perspective, and adjustment to public identity. Beyond the stage and online world, Courtney Hadwin's experience also affected her everyday life. Like many young performers who gain international attention, returning to normal routines such as school and social interactions became more complicated. Classmates and peers were suddenly aware of her public performances, which naturally changed dynamics in her daily environment. Her family, meanwhile, played a stabilizing role, helping her manage the transition from private life to public recognition. Reports and interviews over time have suggested that her parents focused on maintaining balance, ensuring that fame did not completely overshadow her education and personal development. Her father has been described as supportive and optimistic about her long-term potential, emphasizing resilience in the face of public opinion. At the same time, the family also had to navigate media attention and the challenges of raising a teenager in the spotlight. This period highlighted a broader reality faced by many young entertainers. Success often arrives faster than emotional adjustment can keep up with. The family's role became essential in grounding her experience, ensuring that her identity was not solely defined by television appearances or viral moments. Mental health pressures and the weight of early fame. The sudden shift from ordinary teenage life to global recognition can create significant emotional strain, and Courtney Hadwin's experience was no exception. While exaggerated claims about specific incidents often circulate online, what remains clear is that early fame can bring pressure, expectation, and emotional fatigue. Constant attention, performance demands, and public critique can contribute to stress, especially for young individuals still developing their sense of identity. In many interviews and reflections about young performers in similar situations, artists often describe the difficulty of balancing personal growth with public expectation. For Courtney, the challenge was not only about performing on stage but also about adapting to a world where millions of people felt entitled to comment on her voice, personality, and future potential. Over time, many young artists learned to distance themselves from negativity and focus on supportive audiences, but this is often a gradual process. The entertainment industry has increasingly acknowledged the importance of mental well-being for young performers, especially those emerging from televised talent competitions where exposure is immediate and intense. Performances, progression, and AGT journey highlights. Throughout her AGT journey, Courtney Hadwin delivered several memorable performances that reinforced her reputation as a unique and unconventional talent. After her audition, she continued to impress audiences with energetic renditions of classic songs that showcased her rock and soul influences. Each performance highlighted her ability to transform from a quiet presence into a dynamic stage performer. This contrast became one of her defining artistic traits and contributed to her popularity among fans who appreciated originality. As she advanced through the competition, her performances were widely shared and discussed online, further increasing her visibility. While she did not ultimately win the season, her presence remained one of the most talked about aspects of the show. Her journey demonstrated how talent shows can serve as platforms for discovery even without a final victory. Judges consistently acknowledged her potential, emphasizing that her artistry extended beyond the competition itself. Her time on AGT established her as a recognizable figure in international entertainment and laid the foundation for her future musical direction. Earlier foundation and experience on The Voice Kids UK. Before AGT, Courtney Hadwin had already begun building her performance experience through The Voice Kids UK. Appearing on the show at a younger age, she demonstrated early signs of her distinctive vocal style and stage confidence. Her performances on the UK platform introduced her to televised competition formats and gave her exposure to professional feedback at an early stage. While she did not win the competition, she advanced far enough to gain recognition as a standout contestant. This experience helped shape her ability to handle larger stages later on, including AGT. It also showed that her talent was not an overnight development, but rather the result of years of practice, training, and exposure to music performance environments. Her participation in The Voice Kids UK is often viewed as the starting point of her public musical journey, where audiences first saw glimpses of the powerful voice that would later gain international attention. This early foundation played a key role in preparing her for the intensity of global fame that followed. Industry challenges, expectations, and artistic direction after fame. After her initial rise, Courtney Hadwin, like many young performers, encountered the complexities of the music industry. Transitioning from televised competitions to professional recording environments often involves adjusting to different expectations, including structured songwriting, production decisions, and commercial considerations. Reports and interviews suggest that she explored different musical directions while searching for a style that matched her identity rather than purely commercial formulas. This process can be challenging for artists who first gain recognition for their spontaneous or unconventional performances, as industry systems often prefer more standardized approaches. Over time, she began working more independently and collaborating with producers who supported her artistic individuality. This shift allowed her to regain creative control and explore music that reflected her personal influences more accurately. Her journey reflects a broader pattern seen among young talent show contestants, who gradually evolve from competition performers into independent artists shaping their own paths. Creative independence and release of original music. In later years, Courtney Hadwin began releasing original music that reflected a more defined artistic identity. Her independent work marked a shift from performing covers on television to expressing her own songwriting voice. Songs released during this period showcased a blend of rock, pop, and soul influences, highlighting her evolving sound. This transition also demonstrated her desire to move beyond her early image as a talent show contestant and establish herself as a recording artist in her own right. Independent releases gave her greater control over style, lyrics, and production choices, allowing her to shape her career more deliberately. Fans responded positively to this evolution, appreciating her willingness to experiment and grow. This phase of her career is often described as a reinvention, where she moved toward authenticity and long-term artistic development rather than short-term visibility. It also reflected her growing confidence in navigating the music industry on her own terms. Return to performing and live stage presence evolution. As she continued developing as an artist, Courtney Hadwin also returned to live performances, reconnecting with audiences in more intimate and controlled settings. These performances allowed her to present her music outside the context of televised competition and viral expectations. Live shows became an opportunity to demonstrate how her artistry had matured over time. Audiences who followed her journey from AGT often viewed these performances as a continuation of her growth rather than a reinvention. Performing live also allowed her to refine her stage presence, balancing her natural intensity with greater musical control. Over time, she explored different venues and events, gradually rebuilding her presence in the live music scene. These appearances reinforced the idea that her career was still evolving and not defined solely by her early television success. Reflection, current direction, and continuing artistic journey. Looking at Courtney Hadwin's journey as a whole, her career reflects both the opportunities and challenges of early fame in the digital era. From her breakout moment on America's Got Talent to her later independent music releases, she has navigated a path shaped by both public attention and personal development. While online narratives often exaggerate dramatic elements, the reality of her story is more grounded in artistic growth, adaptation, and resilience. Simon Cowell and other industry figures have continued to acknowledge her talent over time, recognizing her as a distinctive voice with long-term potential. Today, her focus appears centered on developing her music, refining her style, and building a sustainable career rather than relying solely on viral moments. Her journey illustrates how young performers can evolve beyond early television fame into independent artists shaping their own identities.